Trump's well-known designees have more support than opposition.
Middle East missile. Good morning, I'm Peter King with a CBS World News Roundup. AAA's official holiday travel period doesn't start until tomorrow, but many Americans have already gotten a head start to their holiday destination. Our team coverage begins with CBS's Chris Van Cleve.
The FAA says the number of scheduled flights will peak Tuesday with more than 50,000, but the airlines expect Wednesday and Sunday to actually see the most people, with next Sunday potentially setting an all-time record. Airports to watch this morning include Newark, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Charlotte, where support workers who provide wheelchair assistance and clean the planes between flights, they walked off the job over wages at 5 this morning.
That strike affects American Airlines at one of its biggest hubs. This woman is one of the striking workers.
It's going to delay a lot of flights going out, coming in, because planes supposed to be filled at the gate.
Weather Channel meteorologist Stephanie Abrams has a look at this week's trouble spots for weather.
Today, the rain and the snow will cause the most problems for those traveling in the Great Lakes in the west. Those two systems will continue to disrupt travel leading up to our Thanksgiving Day. Our first is going to bring light rain and snow to the eastern half of the country for our Monday and Tuesday, and that's when it will bring heavy rain through the I-95 corridor. Our next system will make a mess of the west for our Monday into our Tuesday, serving rain and snow into California.
Now to politics, where President-elect Trump has said he wants to fill out his cabinet nominations by Thanksgiving. A CBS News poll finds most of his supporters are on board with his choices so far. CBS News Deputy Surveys Director Jennifer DePinto.
Donald Trump's current selections for posts in his administration get rated overwhelmingly as good choice by Trump's voters. And among Americans overall, more see Marco Rubio for Secretary of State, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. for Health and Human Services, Pete Hegseth for Secretary of Defense, and Tulsi Gabbard for Director of National Intelligence as good choices rather than bad ones, although many Americans have not heard enough yet.
The latest from the Middle East includes more Israeli attacks on what it says are Hezbollah targets in Lebanon. CBS's Deborah Patta.
An exchange of fire that is escalating as Israel launched one of its deadliest strikes on central Beirut, killing more than 80 people, said the Lebanese Health Ministry. Israel's Defense Force said it was targeting Hezbollah strongholds embedded in the civilian population. But this was not targeting, said Lebanese resident Abir Darwish. They attacked peaceful people in their homes. The Iran-backed group fired a heavy barrage of rockets from Lebanon. Israel says around 250, most of which were intercepted. The renewed intensity of the war between Israel and Hezbollah comes despite American officials saying a ceasefire between the two sides could be imminent.
It's a virtual court appearance today for Lyle and Eric Menendez in Los Angeles as a judge considers vacating their life sentences for killing their parents in 1989. The brothers have claimed that they were victims of sexual and psychological abuse. CBS News legal analyst Bain Rosenbaum.
There is a habeas corpus petition where the judge could simply overturn the conviction entirely and set them free. Failing that, there is a later hearing scheduled where a judge could simply resentence them to murder or manslaughter, in which case they would have already served enough time in jail to be set free.
In Ocala, Florida, a white woman convicted of killing her black neighbor is due to be sentenced today. Susan Loren says she feared for her life when Ajika Owens banged on her door following a confrontation between Loren's and Owens' children. She's 60. She could receive 30 years in prison. It's 4 past the hour.
Well, that's today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. It's 47 degrees in Napa, California.